Um, okay. Hold on. Um, um, hold on. Um, uh, maybe we need to like boost the mic a little bit. Properties, can I boost the mic? Well, yes. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. Might have to like 75, 80 FPS, but just turn on the render distance a little. Oh, God, why the fuck am I in 64 chunks? Excuse me. Anyways, yeah. I think we're live. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah. I think we're live. Okay, the quality's a little bit shit. Okay. Oh god, it's been way too long since I've done this. Settings, output, video. 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS, stream output. Up the bitrate to like, we'll say 15,000. 15,000. Apply. Okay. 15,000. Apply. Let's see if this is better. Okay. Well, we know the audio is working. The bitrate's just a little bit dodgy. So, okay, I think this looks right. Anyways, absolutely nobody's watching, but I'm testing for now. I'll probably eventually go onto like Twitch. But... Anyways, the base tour. So, I've been playing on this server for a while. Which has been me and some friends. So this was like the starter house. Oh, what the fuck is the blood in here? Anyways, ignoring that, we've got a mob farmer made over here. Oh. Bitch, now what the fuck's happened over here? Anyways, I'm not gonna question myself, but I do not. Anyways, this was like a little mini farm thing I was testing for like agrocraft because I was debating doing that. And then I realized I can't be asked. This is like, I think it's 1.12 Minecraft. Over here is gonna be like a little space station I'm making. Because we're planning on going to space. So I might work on that today. Might be my goal. Yeah, so we've got a little house here. This was just like the starter shack. It's like pretty much empty. I've just not finished moving everything out, which honestly I really should have by now and then took it down because it's kind of fucking ugly. But this is our little, me and my mate's little shack because we're both playing together. Got a storage system here, which I'll show more on that in a bit. Up here, what the fuck happened here? Anyway, there's a hole in our roof. He's made his little kitchen. It's really cute. This is like his stuff. He's got like a sword, he's got some armor, he's some food and collecting shit. Yeah, that's what he's working on. I've got power armor. It's like cancer to make, but here we are. Just quick little check on the stream quality. I think the bitrate could maybe go up. Yeah, I mean, everything feels stable enough so far, so I feel like I can probably... That's not what I'm after. File, settings, output, maybe try to like 2000. Okay, so we are currently streaming at 32 kilobits a second. My frame rate is I'm actually running at like 80-ish. Let's lower my chunks down a little bit. Let's stay it up here, but it should mostly be fine. Go sleep. So yeah, this is mainly just a test stream. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming this for. Who knows? It's a case of like fuck around and find out, I guess. And get all the settings right. I don't know if 32,000 kilobytes is going to be like too much on my PC, but it should be fine. Probably anyway. Yeah. I don't know. The quality still seems like it's dipping. I don't know if we're streaming at like 32 kilobytes a second. I don't know why the quality is not the greatest. Let me just check. Okay, if I turn the stream off and then on again, maybe. Alright, right, restarting this. Bitch, what the fuck is going on out here? Anyway. Ignore the fact that the fucking shit's there. Right. Fucking shit's there. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna like fuck around and find out and see how this performs. I've like tried increasing shit for the quality, so maybe it'll be a little bit better, but I'm not sure. So yeah, anyway, like our main like end goal base I've been working on, I took a little break from it because this is like a few weeks of work and I kind of wanted to do the stuff I really wanted to do. But I'm making this little castle. So we've got this. This is like the I don't know its actual name, and it's kind of like it's a little bit scuffed. I could do a better job, but it's not finished yet. It's like the Throne of Swords from Game of Thrones. Friend like Game of Thrones, so I did that for him. Ignore the hole in the wall. That was an incident. We have this little elevator, so I'll pull it up. Yeah, I'm got an elevator. This is sort of my like my area which I'm working on. So I made this. I think this is really cool. It's like a little magic crystal, and I made like a copy of my skin, and I put it in here. So it looks like it's shit. It looks like it's trapped in a crystal. Storage systems here. Then we have this like room here, which is like, you know, yeah, it's got like one of those like fog floor things. I'm not like, I maybe could have done it a bit better, but I'm lazy. So here we are. This is our like storage drawers holding all our items. Well, like not all of the items, but like the main ones you have a lot of. So like dark oak logs, stone, metals, mystical agriculture shit. So yeah, all that stuff is stored here. I've got this room for it. Obviously, none of this is like finished yet. There's been other projects I've been needing to work on, which I'll show in a sec to the right. This is the current power generation room, using magmatic dynamos and steam dynamos with the turbine conversion in these and a boiler conversion in these. Most of these are like fully upgraded to like resonant, but not all. And I've got this like cool little like hell portal thing, which looks like it's like pulling lava into the floor, which then gets sent into these, which I think looks quite cool. I think it's quite nifty. Again, still not all finished. These I'm going to turn into like decorative pillars and things like that. But you know, and then we've got a induction matrix from Mechanism here. So sometimes these won't be generating enough power when I've got like a ton of machines going on. So this is just a backup, and I don't think I'm going to use 38 GigaRF before I run out of power before this stuff starts going back to like a neutral level. And over here is the mystical agriculture room. I'm just using garden cloches with Vitagrow, rich Vitagrow. I could eventually convert this to Flux Vitagrow, but for now, until I start getting like nuclear reactors, I don't think there's like enough power. Well, enough to really justify it. I don't think the increase is like too insane to the point where I can justify that. So these are all just kind of like getting sent into drawers, which then pulls it down into crafters, tier 3 crafters, which then just converts obviously into finished product, goes into here, then pulled into the storage system. And then this is my hell room, which has been slowly driving me insane. So I'm using, this is my core. My power's getting transferred around using flux points. This is just helium collectors for nuclear craft. So when I get around to that, I've got a ton of helium. I think I've got like, yeah, 128,000 buckets, which is a little bit too much, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm currently just using P2P for this, which, yeah, I know there's an argument that you can honestly just use a bunch of like dense ones, but for the sake of like, I guess convenience, it's like kind of second nature. I don't know, it's like, anyway, it's not that difficult for me to set up P2P. I'm kind of used to it. I've done it enough times. So I've just got this P2P'd, and that's linking up to these drawers, down into here. It's all P2P. Just in case I need more channels, I've got it set up to a P2P network, so it's not going to run a risk of doing any of that. So there's a P2P line going to this room, and then up into the stuff around here, which we're getting water from an end of wire. It's the same anywhere else in my base that needs water. End of wires and fluid conduits just do the trick. And then let's report of look at the stream quality. Shit. So yeah, all that stuff is stored here. I've got this room for it. Obviously, none of this is like, it's still kind of botched, and I don't know why. I have to do some research and figure that out. But for now, it's whatever. So this here is my into my molecular assembler bays. I think there's like a lot more efficient designs you can do than this, but for the most part, these kind of work. They perfectly fill up 32 channels. So it's not like I'm not maxing out. Well, each one of these is 16 channels, so 2 bays is 32 channels. So I could then theoretically slap another one of these here, blocking some more, which I'm going to need to soon, because I've almost filled up all of these. Just the crushing bay, a compactor for like plates, an enriching factory, which I haven't got anything set up for yet, but I've not had a use for it. This here is just molecular infusers, so it's just for that. I've got a smelting factory. This has obviously got like a few of these. Most of these mechanism ones are just set up to input from the top, and then just an item conduit to pull out back and put it back into the system. Alloy smelter, this one is really full because all of these are just full of a ton of different things. Over here, slice and splice, tech reborn stuff. I don't quite think a lot of this is properly automated because it's kind of a ball ache to automate this. An induction smelter, which is just currently used for hardened glass. A latex factory over here. This is just, so it's making latex to a certain limit. So we've got a level limiter here. So if I have 10,000 tiny dry rubber in the storage system, it will stop producing. So and just make sure I've got a decent like backlog of that. A tech reborn industrial blast furnace. I hate this. I hope it dies. Just like a small concrete factory maker. So this is quite simple. The interface will insert concrete powder into here, which we then have a formation plane here, which will, the formation plane will, oh, how do I describe this? If you feed something into it, so this here is an input bus. So it's pulling anything in here into the system. And this is the only other place it can go to. So because of that, it will then place the blocks here. And above it is an annihilation plane. These are like kept separate with quartz fibers. So power and that can be transferred, but they're not going to interact with each other. So these are two subnets. So this is a subnet of the main system, which is then a subnet of the subnet. Right. Anyway, and then just an annihilation plane here to feed that back into here, which is then pulled out back into the storage system. So I can essentially just automate a shit ton of concrete. Which I need for the space station shit. So you can see I've got that here. And then I'm just using chisel and bits blocks to just stop the water spilling everywhere. I think you can do it with like a fluid transposer, but it's kind of boring. Osmium compressor here. I've noticed there's like sometimes issues with it. Even though it's supposed to be a one-to-one with osmium, sometimes it doesn't. And then if you don't constantly have osmium in, it shits itself. So I've just got osmium constantly getting exported into here to keep it filled. So then I just have to put in the refined obsidian dust, and it'll get turned into refined obsidian. Here I have a atomic reconstructor setup, which this drops shit into an open crate, which gets put on the pressure plate, which I think what you set up to. I can't remember, but yeah, anyway. And then it just gets vacuum chested and put into here. Alloy furnace from Nuclear-craft, because things like apparently this can only be made in there. This is for my phyto grow. This system's kind of annoying. Essentially, if there's less than 32 rich phyto grow in the storage system, this will like export the stuff needed in here to make clocks, which then gets put into here. And then these will get like essentially crushed down, turned into gold with a chance of getting some rich slag. So this here, and which then I craft into Phytogrove, which is just automatically getting exported into there. But this system's nice because the only thing I really use is lose is one redstone. And obviously I've got mystical agriculture, so it's not like I particularly need infinite redstone. So then just like pressurizers and manufactories here just for extract was active inside. And I want okay. Well, that question. That's set up properly. Anyway, so this is just making graphite dust, rock crushers, isotope separators. And this was just an original way when I was trying to figure out how I set this up, which is whatever. And then the final section is up here. This is the clean room. This is all like computer automation. So we've got our circuits all here. We have a crystal growth chamber, which will make up like pure quartz and the fluix. Over here, we are making charge status quartz, which I've just got getting split across 3 different charges, just so it's a little bit faster. And then our crafting storage CPUs. And an autofiller here, this just allows us to essentially automatically bucket any fluid stored in the storage system. Which is honestly kind of an issue I have with this version. It's a little bit more annoying to auto-craft with fluids. But this is making us heat-proof bricks. Because MC Eternal apparently has changed all the recipes for advanced rocketry, because it's the only way to get to Erebus, which has Jade, which is like the end game resource. So you need dragons from Item 5, which is a nightmare. This is ultimate circuits, dense emerald plates, teleportation cores, processor circuit boards, out of Galgador, which is like not the worst aside from, was it this? No, that wasn't that bad. No, there's something in here that was really annoying. I mean, a lot of this is just like a ton of microcrafting. What was the annoying bit? That I'm gonna get made here. Yeah, anyway, so that's that. So I'd also like cutting machines need more of these things. Just like iridium, elite plating, mana infused plates, titanium alumide. Which is why I'm currently working on this. How is the stream looking? So yeah, all that stuff is stored here. I've got this room for it. Obviously, none of this is like... It's still kind of botched, and I don't know why. We have a crystal growth chamber.
Sometimes it looks good.
Like pure quartz.
I don't get why,
fluid.
because when I'm in the clean room, it looks fine.
Oh, the light stream quality looks perfectly chill there. So I don't know why light stream quality looks elsewhere. It's a little bit scuffed. I mean, it might just because of like the 300 different textures and stuff going on here, because there is like a lot of detail. Well, that's like the only thing I could think of. So honestly, who knows? Oh yeah, and my Tinker's Construct tools have got great names. So we have the Pussy Gaper, the Bussy Tenderizer, the Male Solution as a shovel, obviously, Holder of Glory, the Decapitator, the Bussy Annihilator, and Fidget Spinner at 3 AM. Yeah. Anyways, so my current goal then is to work on. Hold on. Let me just rebind this. It really bugs me that every time I log in and out, this ends up breaking, so I have to like manually rebind it. Which for all the effort it took to make this power armor, I kinda don't fuck with it. It's not as good as I remember. So the plan today, I think, is to work on this, because this will be where like my electric blast furnace, or arc furnace and all that is going for the space program. That I'll probably tear down. So can I make a wireless terminal? It'd be really nice if I can make a wireless terminal. Wireless terminal, which does spend energy cells. I can probably set up some auto crafting for this real quick. That shouldn't be too bad. I mean, honestly, looking at the stream, as long as it's not like getting flicked around, the quality is actually not that bad right now. So I think I've mainly got it sorted, but fuck knows. So, how are we even looking on remaining room here? Oof, yeah, we're slowly running out. Okay, wireless crafting terminal. Oh, that's a creative one, I'm stupid. Okay. Crafting mode. So we need a wireless receiver, which then needs a Fluix pearl. Alright, so is the wireless receiver and the Fluix pearl done? Do I have a recipe for a terminal? Yes. I already have the ME terminal set up. Dense energy cell is that. The energy cell is then that. Then okay. And that should then be everything I need to make the wireless terminal. So I should just be able to toss these into here. Then should be able to make a wireless terminal. Perfect. I think we need, yeah, wireless boosters and a wireless access point. Which is not that bad, but I think like the energy costs are gonna get like exceptionally high. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Okay. Yeah. So I eventually want to make a nuclear reactor, and ow, right. I think my plan for the nuclear reactor is TBU fuel with thorium. I think because I can make uranium, so it'll be LEU 235. I think. Yeah. 238 and 235. Yeah. So I can make uranium fuel later on. The only issue is we need like uranium, and the only renewable way to make uranium, because there's no uranium seeds, is getting uranium ore from a laser, which I can do anywhere, which I'll do on the space station and the Lime laser lens. So I should then just be able to get uranium from that. At least that's the hope. Concrete. We have a shit ton of white concrete. Which means, what, 2,000? 2,000 concrete getting made. We should then just see this in action in a sec. I think the whole system's just a little bit... Oh my god, holy shit, we got the heat-proof bricks. Oh, nice. Yes, we should see this sign going through in a sec. I don't know, I'm trying to show this off like it's something incredible. Might as well just start planning out the factory. That should give me a ton of... Aha! Heat-proof bricks. Nice. So that almost has the electrical arc furnace set up for us. So... it's just a question of the century of... How do we want this layout to be? Right. We will want somewhere, like, a launch pad. I don't know if I want it attached to this, or... Hold on. Bring up here, your option to do something. Oh, bitch, how do I get rid of the... How the fuck do I get rid of clouds in this shit? Quality? Where the fuck is your... Oh my god, other... Show FPS, I'd like... That'd be quite nice to have on. Performance... Details? Clouds. That's fancy. Off. There we go. So what I can do is I can do this. I do this. Okay. Like this, and then... Can I rename this real quick? Like that. Then add source. Window capture. Huzzah! There we go. Okay. Right. So now we're in Minecraft. Minecraft in Paint. Yeah, so we can just toggle this on and off. That is perfect. That is working on the stream. Perfect. Okay. So, how do I kind of want this to be? We could go for like a launch pad kind of like here, which might not be too bad, and then block like a building chunk here, building chunk here, like that, and then like I guess like a bridge across here. Not like a bridge, but like a raised glass section, I think would look like that. It could be a shout, and then we can have like, kind of like, I guess like a raised up section here. With some like a struts to kind of look supported like around here. Or whatever. And then we can take like a road going down here. car parks and shit over here, and extend the facility. I mean, that could be like kind of a shout, but then I'd have to find the middle of that, and it's kind of a bitch. I actually hate finding the middle of platforms. And then we also need the issue of this needs to be like a one block center. But I guess we're just going to do that. So if I want to find the center, I should just be able to do that. Oh my god, this is gonna be so. Will this even work? Because it's not square, is it? I don't know, suck it and see. As those in the biz would say. Like, I don't know, in theory this should work. This should find us, like, the center. Well, at least I guess this will find us the lengthways center. So we hope it's a one block center, or I cry. It's a 2-block center. But yeah, so that, I mean, theoretically should be the center there. So we have the center this way. And then all that's left to find would be the this way center. So yeah, so we have the across center, so it's actually this way that we are central, not this way. Also ignore that, that's just when I was making dragon steel. I couldn't think where else to make, just did it. And then I would have thought it would have been the exact same process, but instead we go... we could have actually left this one. Connect this to here. And then this one. We drag this way. But like here. Oh. Oh wait, no, this works. Yes, because that means this is the lengthwise central. So the true center blocks are these two. That is correct. At least it looks it is. Okay. Okay. So now we have the center of the platform figured out. So we need this to be a 1-block center. I would have thought if I was to knock 1 block off the very right there. If I was to knock this side in one, it would shimmy the center to like here. At least we're not stupid, so that's always up for debate. Actually take 2 of them. Aside from server lag. I might move to Twitch streaming as well. I'm not sure. I'd either like move Twitch streaming or like streaming across both platforms. It honestly could be either. You know, suck it and see. I might change what I'm streaming in a bit anyway and change it to like League, which is a dangerous thought, but here we are. Right. I'm gonna just turn this into like A3x3 like this. So still give it central. Okay, and then if I go 1, 2, in terms of like the gap. I mean, honestly, getting 300 FPS but still streaming is kind of banging. Ah, my beautiful PC, you're going strong. What is OBS saying? We're holding 0 frames drop, 32 kilobytes still held. CPU usage 5%, 60 FPS stable. Yeah. Oh shit. I forgot to change it back to this. Anyway. Well, yes. Maybe like this much of a gap. I mean, yeah, this is where like the main question of having the launchpad be central begins. Is that doesn't look like it's enough room. At least enough of like a gap from. This should be fine though. I think this here will be fine because then we will want to extend this here out 2 blocks from the center. Oh shit. Like this. And we'll have this here raised, and this will lead us up to the actual launch pad. And that still gives us a 4-block gap either way. And then the distance between the 2 buildings still feels substantial enough. And then we take this down to, let's say like what? Here-ish? This pack also has these annoying bitches. We call them Epstein. They come and kidnap you. And they're really annoying. Then we will go... like, I guess up to this level here. Yeah. That'll give us plenty of room to work with inside the facility. And then... 5 blocks from the edge? Yeah. And we'll just head back, and we should have a shit ton of concrete. Oh. Now we should start seeing this. That explains why I wasn't seeing it actually get turned into powder. But now we should. Here we go. Yeah, doing it's pretty fast. I think I've had like the 1 or 2 occasions where it's made concrete powder again, but it's never really that big of an issue. Like, I don't think it ever causes it's like that. It's frequent that it messes up, so. But now, I can spell, I can shit ton of white concrete. Ooh, that and me. So, yeah, okay, I kind of like that. I think, I don't know. I'm a little bit indecisive, I'm being honest. But and it was like what, 5 blocks from the edge, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from here we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this will be the sort of shape of the facility, I guess. I don't think I'm that offended by that shape. So I'll probably lay this out. Probably call the test stream here because I'm thinking honestly the plan is I'll move Twitch for streaming. I think honestly Twitch is just a platform for streaming. But I'm not sure. So who actually knows? Yep. This gives us a fairly good floor plan here. Does this got the same live streaming? I don't actually think it does. I mean, I could always like find that. I don't know. So yeah. Okay. Quick glance at the stream again, just see how it like find that. I don't know. So yeah. It's not the best quality, not the worst. Quick glance at the stream again. So yeah. I mean, we held up perfectly fine for like 40 minutes, which is pretty decent. So. Anyways, yeah. I think I have my Twitch linked on my YouTube profile somewhere, so I'll be on there. But I mean, it's like anybody's watching right now anyway. So, well, yeah, yes. Anyways, that is a beautiful test stream done. Ta-ta! How the fuck do I stop the stream? Oh, right, shit, here we go.